July the 1st. Just landed at Durango on my way into Telluride with a brief stop in Rico. Beautiful day. Stopped and got a little bit of the provisioning that I couldn't carry on the plane in Durango. And just unbelievable scenery. Heading in now to, I'm going to stop in Rico briefly. And gosh, Regina, my wife would love this so far, except for the bumpy flight. And just grateful to be here. And my biggest concern right now is my pack. It's just under 50 pounds, and I'm just not the hoss to do that. So I'm in my head trying to figure out what I can take out of there to make this all happen. I don't have my pack mule, Ross, this year, and so just need to figure out how to lighten up a bit. So that's my project tonight. Well, this is it for summer 2015. I'm starting out a little late with a little bit of an injury, but I've got a month to get ready for Mount Wilson and Wilson Peak, my 214er quest this year. And so I'm going to have a crash program here to try to whoop myself ready. So anyway, here we go. All right, well, here I am at the infamous port of embarkation from last year when I had Monsieur Leblanc, my French alpine guide. So this is the very spot we stood, and we climbed El Diente, which is not on the horizon right now, but the peak that you can see with the Bear Peak right here, that is Wilson Peak. That will be one of them that is my quest this year. And then the one in the foreground right here, this is in front of the other peak that I'm going to attempt. So, pretty stoked. It's a beautiful day. It's the 1st. I'll be heading up tomorrow morning to the base camp at Navajo Lake. And stay tuned for some excitement.
Into my head, if it didn't want me watching when he left my eyeballs dead. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Line of least resistance will lead me on. Lead me on. Line of least resistance lead me on. When it divided high and low, you got to bury the seed in the dirt, my friend, if you want the thing to grow. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Seed in the dirt, my friend, if you want the thing to grow. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? To go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? Isn't that so? Your heart says go. Isn't that so?
I'll say that. Why don't you cut that part out?
Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Didn't you know he was a dude when he made the magic mind? His own son got a reputation for turning water into wine. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Line of least resistance will lead me on. Lead me on. Line of least resistance, lead me on. A dude when it divided high and low. You got to bury the seed in the dirt, my friend, if you want the thing to grow. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Isn't that... Okay, Mount Wilson, 14 something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, summited this morning. This is, I don't know what day of the week it is either. But anyway, little view around the clock. Grateful to have been able to do this.
Mark, the final 14?
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
So I'll just throw it away. Well, it's the final.
Anyway,
It's not the last.
very grateful to have had the chance to do this. And now all I gotta do is shimmy back down and cook myself some wonderful freeze-dried dinner. How appetizing. Anyway, just amazing experience. Bye. This prison, Lord, help me to get away, 'cause only you can save me now from this misery. And I've been lost in my own place, and I'm getting weary. How far is heaven? And change my ways of living. How far is heaven? Lord, can you tell me? I've been locked up way too long in this crazy world. How far is heaven? And I'll just keep on praying, Lord, and just keep on living. How far is heaven? Yeah, Lord, can you tell me? How far is heaven?
just gotta know how far. How far is it? Yeah, I just gotta know how far. Tú que estás en altos cielos, échame tu bendición. 'Cause I know that there's a better place than this place I'm living. How far is heaven? And I just got to have some faith and just keep on giving. How far is heaven? Yeah, Lord, can you tell me? How far is heaven? 'Cause I just gotta know how far. Yeah. How far is heaven? Yeah, Lord, can you tell me? How far is heaven? 'Cause I just gotta know how far. Yeah, I just gotta know how far. Yeah. I just wanna know how far.
If you've ever heard the expression, rode hard and put away wet, this should be the picture that goes beside that. Got hailed on, sleeted on, rained on. It was all good. It was a pretty miserable night. Everything's wet. I am having warm oatmeal, which is a good thing. And a nice cup of coffee. Compliments of Starbucks Instant. And so I'm trying to break camp. I'm not looking forward to my 45-pound bag now being full of wet things. I don't want to know what that's going to weigh. Anyway, said a nice prayer today for a safe walk out. And God's been with me all week, so I have no reason to think He'll abandon me now. Look forward to getting back and getting a nasty hot burrito. That's about all I can think about, really. I don't know why. I don't even like them that much, but that's the first thing. Of course, the person that's before that, way before burritos, is my wife. Regina, thanks for letting me come out here. I know it was hard for you to put your blessing on this trip, but it has been good for me. I've enjoyed the time outside. You know, that's where I feel good. And it was a great climb yesterday, in spite of all the weather. But I am cutting it short. I'm only going to do one climb this year, just because the weather's still crappy. I don't know if you can tell, but it's still bad. So, chalk one more up, and another one next year. Well, this is 2016 assault weather is just brutal here this year, and so I'm calling it a day on this one. And maybe next year I'll come back to Wilson Peak, Lord willing. And I want to thank my wife for allowing me to come and do this. Gary Mack, sorry you couldn't join me. And what an experience. God's creation and its best. And saw things that just rocked my world, blew my mind, and I was able to spend some great time in prayer. And so time well spent, but I'm ready to be home. Until next year. Well, I'm back home now, and I'm looking up my track from my DeLorme InReach satellite transceiver, and Regina and I certainly need to fine-tune what we're doing with it, but it was pretty cool. It sent all these spots of where I am, where I was, and tells all kinds of stuff about how fast I'm going, not very, elevation I was at, and can zoom right in and actually see the mountain I was on, my campsite. So kind of cool. And there was my quest for the top, and right there is the summit. I'm on it. And there it shows me at 14,258 on the top. So kind of cool way to communicate. We definitely need to fine tune how it works, but good to be back. I'm here to explain the real reason why I didn't climb the second 14er on this trip. The real reason is this. As it turns out, I was just too tight to buy some real boot waterproofing, and so I used some of Regina's Finish Line rain and stain repellent that she uses. So what it amounts to is, if you're drinking your Cosmopolitan with your Antonio Milani stilettos on, and you, boop, I spilled, and you get some on your shoes, you're okay. It doesn't hurt them. But what I experienced was something a little more akin to, let's just say it's a little more severe, and so it wasn't quite enough, because what I experienced was more like something like this, and it just didn't keep my boots dry, and that was the first part. And then, after it was done raining on me, it hailed on me, and this isn't the stuff. So, my feet were wet almost the entire time I was up there, and I just hate having wet feet. So, burrito or not, Regina or not, wet feet, I'm home. I'm glad to be here. The real reason